Hey folks, it's Lauren from Snowy's here with the OZtrail Base Pod Kit for gazebos.
Hit it.
These are perfect for when you cannot peg your gazebo down. They're made from a heavy duty plastic, have versatility to be filled with either sand or water, and can be used on any brand gazebo. Hold up fam, before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our awesome content. Let's get started. So the base pods are a slight taper shape, but they're 23 centimeters in diameter at the widest base, and they're about 26 centimeters tall. All 4 of the base pods together when empty weigh about 3 kilos. If you're deciding to fill up your base pod with sand, they're gonna weigh about 11.5 kilos. If you're using water, they're gonna weigh about 8 kilos. So they're made from heavy duty plastic, and as you can see, they come in 2 pieces here. Now on either side of the base pod, you have a gigantic plastic screw. Now that just loosens off for you to be able to separate your 2 halves, and obviously allows you to clamp them around your pole leg like so. These base pods are a little bit grubby. It's worth mentioning these are our ex-demo stock, so yours fresh out the box will obviously be squeaky clean. Now on the top here, we've got these little tabs which simply just pop off, pull out and off. That allows you the access to fill up your pods with your water or your sand. On the one side here, it's got a tiny little lip, and obviously that's just going to click into the edge there as you push it down, and that holds it into place. It's nothing overly complicated, and basically that's all there is to these pods. The next step we're going to do is go and fill them up with some water. So obviously you can fill these up with dry sand even, or any kind of water, but being at the beach, it's nice and easy because you have a whole ocean in front of you. So we're just going to pop these caps off the top like so. Now whilst you can separate them into 2 halves if it's easy for you to carry, I just like to keep them all together for simplicity, and just submerge the whole pod in the water. Now, once they're full up, especially when you keep them together, I like to keep the caps off because it's easier to carry just by tucking your fingers in there. So we'll head back up to the gazebo. So now I'm just going to pop these caps back on top of the base pod like so, click them into place. Now from here, I'm going to unscrew those attachments that I mentioned earlier, and then we're just going to maneuver each half of the pod around the leg. So they're not too heavy, but they are just enough to sort of weigh down that leg in the absence of being able to sort of peg them into the ground. And the same on the other side. Right, now that pod's locked into place, it's not going anywhere. It's also going to be suitable for a whole range of different gazebos. So not just the OZtrail brand, but pretty much most of the other ones that you can get as well. And they're a pretty handy addition to have in the accessories of your gazebo kit, especially if you're somewhere where you can't peg your gazebo down, even on paved areas, for example. But as you can see, they're doing a pretty excellent job at keeping this gazebo in place in some pretty decent wind down here at the beach. You can get this at snowys.com.au for our lowest prices every day.